So, good morning. Happy 4th of July if you're watching this today. Otherwise, I made it on 4th of July, so happy 4th of July. Alright, so we're going to talk about some external parasites, the botflies. As I got to learn about this more and more, I learned it's also an internal a little bit, but the adult stage is external, and that is what we're going to focus on. So, let's go ahead and get into this. So, botflies. What are botflies? What's their life cycle? What are the signs? What do they look like? These are all things to take in consideration, okay? Also, how do they affect the equine? That's pretty simple. You're going to see some deterioration in their body, not taking on muscle, and then the obvious signs of flies and like eggs in their hide and whatnot, things like that. So we'll go into that later. Okay. Alright, so what is a botfly? There are technically 4 subfamilies of botflies. Each kind of affect a different internal system at the larva stage of the horse. Could be nose, stomach, etc. More or less, they ingest the fly larva through their feed. It goes in, takes in nutrients and whatnot through this life cycle as it's going through the horse wherever it decides it wants to pull these nutrients. The horse will then, we'll just say it, defecate, and thus the larva is out into the open environment where it can develop into the fly. Hey, we have a botfly. Okay, so moving on. I just wanted to show you this as a image to have an idea of what you're looking for. Obviously, image on left is of botfly. Almost all of them look roughly very similar. This is an idea. And yes, I did add a bunch of little clip arties of little flies because I wanted it to sink in that we're dealing with flies. I hate flies. I don't know if you could hear that over the snores of my dog, but I hate flies. So, alright, and then the image on the right there is the larva. This would be what would be on the inside of the horse, and yeah, flies. Alright, so as I was stated before, larva starts this process. So their eggs can get onto the horse through the fur, into the feet, and thus into the mouth through either them itching, eating it, picking it up through their feet after they've been itching, so on and so forth. The eggs live on the fur, hide, whatever you want to call it. Sorry if I'm mistaken. So, thus going into the nose, the mouth, etc. Once inside, the botfly will take on nutrients, then defecated, making said adult fly. That will be all over your animal, going to other animals, infecting them. Yeah, so they carry many types of diseases because as you can see, they went through that whole animal. So they can take other stuff, and not so much that they're the disease, but they're carrying it, if that makes sense. Alright, so as again, signs, symptoms, eggs in the hide. Oh my gosh, how many of y'all pet your pony, brush your pony? should be an obvious sign. The other one, flies. Are they on your horse? Are they biting your horse? Is your horse mad? Is he always whipping his tail? Ah! Flies. Everyone hates them, including you probably. But I really don't like flies. I recommend you talk to your veterinarian when it comes to any medications. Better safe than sorry. We love our ponies, horses, etc. The equines, we love them. So, you're going to need to scrape away them eggs. Because if eggs exist, then you will continue to have flies. But other things are like oral dewormer, and discuss with your veterinarian on what they recommend depending on how severe it is. They may even suggest an injectable of some kind. So, I recommend you discuss this with your veterinarian. Moving on. This botfly affects everyone. Like loads of animals and yes, humans too. So remember that you're not just taking care of your equine. You're taking care of your whole farm, including yourself. So, just like zoonotic diseases are spreadable, this parasite is same. Exact same thing. I want to thank you for your time today. Here are some of these are pictures. There is a link to where I pulled some information about these flies. Yeah, as I stated before, flies. Have a good one. Thank you for your time. Bye.